Alrighty, so this is a special kind of video, and I know the title's very clickbaity, but it is pretty much what I'm advertising. So, I just want you to pay attention to how I'm killing these monsters, and just sort of how I'm trying to eliminate as much space between me and the next camp, and then to the enemy's jungle. This is something that works for a lot of strong duelists early and a lot of high sustained junglers. The more sustain you have and the better your dueling capacity, the better you will be at doing this. Don't try to really invade if you're a kind of a weakling, right? You'll just kind of get killed. It works a surprising amount of time, and maybe it won't work as much anymore because, I'm making a video about it. And yeah, the first example is pretty, dumb, but that's kind of the gist of it. This is the one with the slowest replay, so I decided to use this one. Yeah, just kind of eliminate as much time as possible, get to the enemy's jungle, and then just murder them straight out. So in this next clip, pay attention to how I clear the monsters. I'm going to be trying to reduce as much space between the camps as possible so I can, because every second is valuable. The faster you get to your enemy's side, the chances you'll catch them off guard are a lot higher, or catch them doing a camp, which is super advantageous. The thing you gotta do also in the beginning is try to figure out where they're gonna start, and if their laners are super strong and your opponent laners are weak. Because even if your matchup is positive, if their laners are stronger than yours, the chances of you getting caught is really high. So you better just kind of, engage it on. It's a silly example because, the enemy Yorick was super weak and I just kind of caught him, and for whatever reason the Wukong threw his life away. But that's kind of the gist of it. It's just sort of figure out where your opponent is going to be, if you're going to be way stronger, and just kind of overpower them. And like I said, this works with any really sustained or really strong duelist jungler. It just happens again that Xin Zhao is really damn good at it right now. And it works against almost any opponents if you're a really strong duelist. If you're not the best duelist, you could possibly, sneak up on somebody while they're doing a camp and then you spank them or something. But even if you don't actually kill somebody, at most you can force them to go home. Like, you can just beat the crap out of them, make them leave, make them waste time, and steal a camp or two or something. That in itself is pretty effective. It also is kind of funny when laners come to help and they don't realize that, hey, look, you're at full health because you're a super strong duelist, super sustained and everything, and then they just kind of try to pick a fight with you, and then they die. Again, there are multiple clips. I mean, if you've been watching my stream, there are multiple clips of me just sort of doing this, waltzing in there, causing havoc. Because not a lot of people respect the jungle dueling as much anymore because everyone's just kind of, picking super tanky junglers right now. So they're not really used to fighting with these counter junglers or these invaders or that kind of stuff. This is like old school jungling at its best. It's again, very, very simple tactic. I'm surprised it keeps working. Though again, maybe not. I shouldn't be because people are just not used to it anymore. But you can just waltz in there. Somebody's gonna face check you if you're fast enough. If you just know how they're gonna clear anything, and you just constantly punish people. It's not something you should just kind of force yourself to do, because if you don't know jungle matchups or your lane or how to read lanes or stuff, you might just end up getting yourself killed or something. But it's worth trying to at least experiment with your friends and normals and whatnot, because this kind of stuff, especially in lower divisions, can help dominate the game. It can sort of, snowball the crap out of you. And again, it works with anybody who's a strong duelist or a sustain or something, because by the time you clear to blue, you'll start getting your mana back anyways. And as long as you know your, again, jungle matchups, you'll be able to realize who you can punish. Like, again, someone like Sejuani is super weak, and anyone can bully her, right? And even strong duelist junglers, if you know how to read their lanes, or if you understand your jungler's strengths and stuff, like this Ahri didn't respect the Trundle, and she thought I'd probably back away because, ooh, I'm being attacked. No, she got mauled and came out lesser for it. Stuff like that. Just sort of understand your jungler, understand your opponent, and sort of try to figure out what they're going to try to do. In this case, Kha'Zix is very dangerous 1v1, but I have super high sustain, and I'm going to catch him off guard. In this case, I E as soon as he's about to hit the plant, so I can pick a fight with him, that kind of thing. Like, for me, I mean, it's not the same for a lot of other people. For me, I have like a lot of years of jungle experience, so I know a lot of matchups and just sort of, champions. But, it's something worth... it's something worth experimenting with, or something worth, learning more matchups about, because if you know a champion, you'll be able to know how to crush them and just kind of, you know, roll with it. It's kind of fun. Like, you can always sort of figure out what they want to do and they just kind of punish them for it. And again, this is more gushing on Xin Zhao right now, but his changes have made him so perfect for these kinds of things, for these, like, you know, invasions, for these shenanigans and combos. It's just so riveting. Of course, though, like I said, if the enemy laners are really strong with crowd control, or if your teammates don't respond to when the enemy laners are starting to figure out, or if you take too much time, like in this case, I got very, very cocky. The enemy was gonna collapse on me, but I figured maybe I'll kill Jarvan quickly enough before they, you know, they collapse on me, and I'll be able to take on a 2v2 with one of my laners. You know, I end up getting killed, although I do get a chance kill against the Ahri, and it seemed that the Syndra would have probably taken care of it herself. But you get what I mean. The longer you take in doing this and the more you hesitate, you know, the worse it's going to be for you. You'll probably just get caught and killed. Invasions are not done as commonly as before, but the key trick about invasions is that you cannot hesitate. Every little second you waste, or every little second you just kind of dick around, is going to hurt you. But every little second you take advantage of, it allows you to sort of prepare for something. In this instance where you saw me catch the Shyvana, I knew she was going to be around that area. And I caught her and destroyed her. And it's because I minimized as much wasted time between my clearing so I can take advantage of that and then figure something out. Anyways, beyond this, there's really not much else to say. You can sort of observe it, figure it out yourself, kind of. You can see what I'm doing. You can see how I'm taking advantage of the explosive traps, how I'm checking around certain corners, how if the enemy is very weak, I try to charge them and attack them, not always for the kill, but to force them to leave so I can steal their camps. And if I'm way stronger in a 1v1 or a 2v2 situation, I'm not afraid of fighting that. And you can also see that a lot of these players, if you disrupt them even a little bit, they don't know how to respond to it. So they make exaggerated plays, and their laners think that, you know, just because, again, you're a jungler and they can jump you, that you're kind of harmless. Like this Riven gets her ass handed to her. It's fun. This definitely works more in lower divisions, and, you know, it's effective to scales down as your opponent's IQ goes up. But still, you know, not everyone is highest divisions or highest healer or whatever. So doing this is important, or learning something about this is important. Plus, knowing that this can happen to you allows you to, you know, avoid it, right? You just ward properly, you check your corners, you make sure, you know, you pull your monsters to the proper places. And if you get invaded, you know how to jungle, you know, recover from the jungle. Or, you know, maybe I should adapt my jungle path so I don't get caught off guard and destroyed. Either way, from then on, the rest of this video is just continuing these little montages. You know, I did repeat myself a little bit, but repetition is an important thing in order to understand something. And again, I cannot stress just how many laners don't realize that just because I'm a jungler and just because, oh my god, you guys can catch me, doesn't necessarily mean I'm any less dangerous. So, hooray for a lot of free kills. Again, understand your jungler, understand your opponent's jungler, understand your laners, know how to read the lanes, and then you can, you know, crush people and just snowball the game out of control. And yeah, also play Xin Zhao. He's fucking amazing right now. Play him, spam him. He's lovely, glorious, and all that good stuff. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and you found it at least a bit educational. Leave a comment below if you did find something you liked about it, and give a, you know, give a like to it too. You know, that helps the channel a lot.
I feel like I have less health than I should.
Like maximum?
Yeah, I feel squishier though.
Do I dare? Do I dare?
I mean, I have like a significant more HP than you, so probably.
I just got like Vayne autoed and felt like, wow, I was squishy.
Yeah.
Bitch, get the fuck out of my push.
Let's see if I can get there. Lee Sin clears is average speed clear, so maybe I can invade him. I can most certainly kill him though in a 1v1 fight.
So do we win or lose this lane?
depends.
Mule 3. At one.
I think they're more dependent on getting kills to win lane, but they have a lot more potential too.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There we go.